everyone. Thank you for joining our session today. Our company name is Wheeler. Our session today focuses on end-to-end visibility solution for challenges for VDI and remote worker environment. So without further ado, let me just quickly show you two slides and we'll jump into a very quick demo for today. First of all, Willa is a company name, just a very quick company background. We're based in Silicon Valley, global enterprise customer. We specialize in end-to-end visibility, solving enterprise complex end user experience issue, solving application performance issue. Basically, it's a full stack end-to-end visibility, monitoring, troubleshooting, optimization solution for the modern enterprise. Technology behind our demo today for VDI end-to-end visibility as well as troubleshooting and application performance basically is deep packet inspection, right? Without agent, unlike a lot of VDI solution on the market, we are agentless. We are completely software in the enterprise data center or in the cloud. We can monitor the entire stack, including end user experience. We classified applications that's being used by your remote workers or VDI user, as well as looking into VDI environment, create that application dependency mapping, create that end-to-end visibility from the very end user, even zero client, from outside of your data center all the way into the very back end of your application, east-west traffic, north-south, WAN link, and etc. So that's what we do. Basically, for our today's demo, before we jump into a live demo, I do want to share with you very quickly what do we mean by VDI end-to-end visibility. I use the term VDI loosely. Basically, we do physical desktop monitoring as well for remote worker. That is very popular today, whether you use VDI, RDS, RDP, or etc. Right? So end-to-end means from the very end user, human being, all the way to the applications that they are accessing. So basically, you look at this graph on the very left, you have the user. They may come in to your data center or to the cloud, going through your firewall, load balancer, core switches, and etc. through your VDI environment, where your VDI environment may have your RDS, your VDI virtual machines, and then finally load balancer and other networking devices, plus or your complex enterprise application, and etc. So this path is what we meant by end-to-end visibility. So the end user experience monitoring really is talking about from the very left side to the very right side. Right. So what is it further entail is on the left-hand side, there's network delay, right? Before even the packet hits the application, the end user is already impacted by network delay on the left. And on the right, once the request going into the data center, before it hits the VDI, there's a VDI part of the networking traffic, there's a VDI performance, and then finally the application delay. Or you can look at the application. VDI itself is one of the application, and the other enterprise application, the ERP, the web services, the databases, are all these other applications. All these impacts application. All these impact end user experience. Whenever you receive end user complaint from either VDI user or remote worker using their own physical laptop from home, these are the things that impacts their experience. So certainly on the networking side, from the zero client at home or physical desktop, you got the WAN link, the WAN delay, and then once hit the data center, there's a LAN in your data center. There's a local area network, enterprise network delay. And on the enterprise data center side, you have VDI performance delay, application delay. Further into VDI, you have VDI logon time, logon delay, VDI provisioning that causes the VDI itself to be very slow. Or lastly, to the very right-hand side, the multi-tier complex application could be the source of the delay of end user complaint. So a lot of time it is the end user complaint, it is due to the application, and if you were to be troubleshooting in VDI, that would not allow you to find the actual root cause. So without further ado, let me just quickly jump into the demo to see how we visualize and help you manage such VDI environment. So This is our solution at large, where we monitor the entire data center, the application performance, the network, the CPU, the memory storage. Today, we're going to focus on end user experience and the VDI management. Certainly, we monitor on application, the infrastructure, the network that supports the VDI environment. Today's demo focus on the end-to-end visibility for your VDI. So for example, the end-to-end, one thing that's really well visualized in our case is this particular graph. All the way from the very left-hand side, the zero client, or this might as well be, physical desktop that people use from their home through to your data center. So this lag, these two lines would be WAN link, right? Before they hit your on-premise Horizon's connection server, or if they use PC over IP, they'd be hitting your desktop directly by using PC over IP. And that's not how they would suffer or they would feel the end user experience. The VDI desktop can certainly be accessing enterprise applications, as we mentioned, your ERP application, your web server, and then there may be networking components at play, such as load balancer, firewall. All these paths will show you how this is interconnected, and certainly you can roll back in time to look at whatever period of time how our every layer of the applications is performing. For example, this is some people sitting at home accessing the connection server in this case, or in this case, it is using PC over IP. This is Horizon View. As you see, this is a Horizon View protocol accessing the desktop directly, or through connection server as well using Horizon Blast Extreme. In this case, what you can see really well for this particular home at this user at home, you will see how fast, how effectively is Horizon View Blast Extreme as a protocol responding to end user requests, 24 milliseconds, versus the network response time delay, which is about less than 1 millisecond, right? So application versus network delay, it's always the case. And then further delay are from the connection server or even from the virtual desktop. What are they doing? They may be accessing application services. They may be accessing the front-end server. There may be database involved. So every layer of the lag, we show their networking versus application delay. Again, for this case, you see this yellow line, meaning some bottleneck is detected for this communication impacting this VDI user in this case. You will see the HTTP response time is very long, whereas the networking again is less than 1 millisecond. So very quickly you find out the bottleneck for the VDI environment, right? There are many other details than just this graph. For example, you can look at all the VDI users. Each user, you can analyze this virtual desktop. What is it doing, right? For example, this virtual desktop, you look at the desktop dependency. What kind of services is it accessing? Where is the bottleneck? What's the traffic flow, traffic volume for this virtual desktop number 3? And the traffic, apparently, most of the traffic go through gateway to HTTPS. Some of them do go to other application servers, and with all these different type of applications, such as YouTube, Zoom, Amazon, HTTP, as well as SSL, DNS, Kerberos authentication, etc., and etc. But you definitely see HTTPS through gateway is the dominating application that this VDI desktop user is doing. And when it is doing that, you can see the HTTP response time is more than 1 second, and the network response time to this virtual desktop is 4 milliseconds. So if user were to be complaining at this point, you know this application issue rather than networking issue. Certainly in this case, right, not only you look at application versus networking and things like that, we all look at provisioning for the virtual desktop. This is a table of all of your active VDI sessions. They are having some provisioning issue. Both of them are having memory stress and some storage stress. We will generate alert, but certainly allow you to look into it. Memory stress, how is the memory stress? You will see the trend. You will see how slow the storage latency is impacting the user. So with this, finding and supporting your VDI user is very, very easily. Likewise, for your remote user working at home, You can, sense, for example, my New York City user, VPN user, or certain enterprise subnet user. You can track who's there accessing what application. These are all individual users that's sitting at my remote site. What is their end user experience, network round trip time, application response time, all the way down to the networking statistic, the application server response time, as well as the client individually. So this is how we help enterprise support VDI with end-to-end visibility all the way down to any nitty-gritty root cause detail. Thank you very much for your patience in staying through the demonstration. Have a great day.